What's up everybody, and welcome to this Wednesday video in which I'm going to address something that, well, let me put it this way. If you've ever had the feeling that you would like to ask me something, or that just if you had the chance to 1 minute talk to me directly, not through the comment section and on YouTube, but just from one to another, or that you're struggling with, or something that I could help you with, or just chat about something that you have heard or seen in one of my videos that you would like to have a little bit of clarification about, well, that's something that we might address in the near future. But before we continue this video, please don't pay attention too much on this mess on my piano, which is actually not a mess. It's my entire collection of early 19th century scores. So in the coming weeks, you might see appearing some videos that talk about parts of this collection. First of all, the channel recently kind of grew very fast. Of course, that made me very happy. You know, when I started 4 years ago uploading my first video on YouTube, if I see that video again, it resembles more a night scene of that magnificent 1957 Walt Disney series of Zorro, which I admire actually very much.
Out of the night, when the full moon is bright, comes a horseman known as Zorro.
The only reason, the only force, the only energy that has driven me is you. And you reaching out to me in the comment section here on YouTube, saying to me what the videos mean to you, that sometimes you were inspired, sometimes you have questions, sometimes you want to have a kind of clarification. And you know, from the first moment on that we had this YouTube channel, that was something that gave me energy to continue, just the interaction with you. And if you are here from the beginning, and I know quite some people have followed me from the very beginning, you know that almost every comment on YouTube I have taken my time to address, and I will do so in the future as much as I can, because that's the power, that's the real power of social media. It's to interact, it's to connect with each other. And you know, I feel sometimes a little frustrated because many of your questions of things that you would like to talk with me or start a conversation are things that if we just could sit here at the clavichord or at the piano or the new pianoforte that's coming in a few months, well, we could kind of solve things in a few minutes time. So since the channel grew so much lately, and to give you some numbers, we reached around Christmas 5,000 subscribers. I didn't make a video on that because I thought, yeah, 5,000 subscribers. We worked very hard for that. Again, thanks to you. In 4 years, okay, that's not bad for a clavichord channel. But suddenly something happened with the interview I did a year ago with Lawrence Guardian, you know, the video that I start with the ping pong ball. And of course, many of you are new subscribers now, have come to the channel thanks to that video. Suddenly YouTube decided that this video was somehow worthwhile trying to test out as a suggested video. It was wonderful to see, surprising to see how that video got 60 views a day. In November, I believe. Then in December, it raised to 300 views a day, which was for our channel really enormous. 300 views a day for a video that has been published so long ago, it never happened. Then in January, that video raised to, at a certain moment, more than 8,000 views a day. Some other videos, like the video that I made on Chopin and Bach, and also the video on the clockwork with Haydn, those were going up with that video alone. Now, the channel slowed down a little bit, but it is now, as we speak, we tripled in views easily, and we more than tripled in subscriber accounts. To give you an example, around Christmas we had a daily subscriber gain of 3 to 5 maximum. But now we are between 50 and 150 subscribers a day that are joining Authentic Sound. So we are going very fast to 10,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And so Anja and I sat down together, and since we take all decisions for your Authentic Sound, it seems to be a one-man show, me alone before the camera. But behind the camera there is a strong woman And actually she is guiding me in every way you can imagine, also business-like and business-wise. She is an accountant, and so I really need that. But we take important decisions together, and we were thinking, so many new people joined the platform now, and you all have such legitimate questions, and damn if we just could have a monthly call or something like that with each other. And you know, Anja said, if you really want to have that, well, then let's make this happen. To make a long story short, what we are going to do is invite you through our Patreon site. And I'll explain you in a minute what that is, if you're not familiar with Patreon, for a monthly call with me. Patreon is a website where you can support the things that other people do. And now I don't want to pitch this too hard, but in order to make this sustainable, and also in order to make sure that we are doing this every month, this might be a kind of nice balance for all of us. So on Patreon you can pledge a certain amount in different tier levels, 1, 3 and so on, and there are certain returns. But certainly for this year in 2018, this monthly group call, Anja and I decided to open that for all tier levels on Patreon, no matter what amount you would pledge. So basically you can go for the $1 tier level, which then for a cup of coffee a month you would give access, so to say, to a monthly call with me in which we can discuss about anything. It shouldn't be only about this specific drill in that work of Bach, how to execute that. It can be on very basic things, like we have done some videos on basic keyboard techniques that I'm always happy to talk about. So no matter what level you have, don't think too soon from this is way too complicated for me, because we're going to cover there as well the basic stuff. And what's great about these group discussions, that the group itself has such an enormous amount of wisdom to share. So I will put a link in the description box. It is actually always there, the Patreon link, and also here on the card. Actually, I should say here, if you really would take our conversation onto another level, that we have direct calls every month, then I would suggest go and check out that Patreon page. And if it is nothing for you, you can also always cancel your subscription. It costs you nothing, and in that way I would be thrilled to see you there behind the curtains, so to say, a little bit, and see how this plan develops. It's kind of new for me. Patreon is not new. We are now with about 39 Patreons on Patreon, which is awesome. That's really the backbone of what we are doing, and it's growing to become one of the prime pillars on which everything we do with Authentic Sound is actually built, because everything needs to be sustainable, and that's what Patreon and what my patrons are doing now. So if you join that, we will see you there in a video call that for the first time will be organized somewhere around in the middle of March or something like that. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this, and if you have other ideas to level up, so to say, our interaction. I'd love to hear from you. So if this is your first time on Authentic Sound, which perhaps I doubt, because this is a kind of video that I would not expect YouTube to be sharing a lot. But anyway, if this is your first time here on Authentic Sound, love to have you subscribed. And if you do so, we see each other very soon again.